So, people have been pointing out how the Corsac Fox looks really similar, or basically just the same as the Arctic Fox. I kind of noticed that they also kind of look similar to the normal fox, which I guess, makes sense because why wouldn't foxes look kind of the same anyways? Because they're all foxes, kind of like how dogs all kind of look somewhat the same because they're all dogs, they're just different breeds. But, like, at the same time, people were pointing out how the Corsac Fox isn't just similar to the Arctic Fox, it's basically just a copy paste, only slightly different. So, yeah, I wanted to kind of show it more here and go into it more in this video because in my original video where I talked about the update, I was kind of like, I don't want that video to be too long and whatever, so I didn't want to go too far into it. But yeah, I was like, why not make a whole separate video and talk about it? Yeah, so I made some whatever where it shows emotes and stuff. Like, I show how like the each of the foxes look pretty similar and like, their models look pretty similar, especially with like the legs and the head shape are kind of similar. Like the legs are basically the same thing, but the head shapes are kind of similar, only slightly different. The fluffiness is only slightly different, but the thing with the emotes is that the Corsac Fox is basically just the Arctic Fox, only slightly different. So, I pointed out each emote so you can tell which one that you're supposed to be looking at and which ones are the most relevant to the thing. And I added the Fennic Fox in here just as an extra little like thing to compare to, I guess, because I was like, hey, why not add another fox in this just to even out everything, so then it's not just three that you're looking at, you can also look at another. There's also the bat-eared fox, but I was kind of just like, the bat-eared fox is, uh, I mean, the bat-eared fox looks pretty different enough to be, like, not confused with anything, so, like, you can tell with the ears and everything, it's pretty different, so I don't think I really need to put that one's emotes in here. I don't think the bat-eared fox has that similar emotes. I could check actually. If I go to the wiki and then I can see all the emotes for the bat-eared fox. They do have it where on the wiki, if you go to the Corsac Fox, then it's like, oh, don't be confused with the bat-eared fox, but just like the bat-eared fox isn't even that similar looking. Like, it does have a fluffy tail like it, but the ears are fucking giant and the legs look kind of different. So I was like, you know, yeah, the dance and everything are different enough. The play is kind of, I don't know what the play is really, but it's different enough. The jump is kind of similar, but I don't know. And of course, the sleep and like the sit looks more like it's laying down, but you know, I was kind of just like, the sleep and the hop, there's only so many different ways you can do a sleep and the hop. So I was kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, the sleep, they're all pretty much the same thing with the sleep, kind of, with like, they're curled up and they got the tail around them, and then the jump is all pretty much the same where they jump up and the tail is wagging and whatever. So yeah, but the Fennic Fox is, I guess, kind of different with the jump and stuff. I don't know, but I guess it's kind of different with the Fennic Fox a little bit. And then the sleep, the Fennic Fox, a little different. But yeah, I wanted to kind of add, like, just the Fennic Fox in there. Because, I don't know, the bat-eared fox is kind of slightly different. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, whatever. And the Fennic Fox, I was just like, it is kind of like a smaller version of a fox. Kind of. I don't know, but whatever. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, so like also Animal Jam, they responded to people and because they saw people talking about this and they're like, oh, we just, it's easier for the animators if we do this and that, and if they just copy paste stuff, it makes it easier on them and faster and whatever. And then they can work on other stuff, which I get, but at the same time, you should have enough animators, you should have enough artists, right? Like, shouldn't you have enough people working on each update to where you don't have to do like recolors and, all this sort of stuff? Because they had like, what is it, 3 months in a row there where it's just a recolor after recolor, and then this update was just, a fox that was slightly different from the Arctic Fox. So I don't really get it. I don't know, like, why just, don't you have enough people working on it? And if you don't have enough people working on it, you should get more animators, son. You should get more artists and, all that. And then, like, I don't know, maybe they're like, oh, we don't have enough funds to pay 20 more people or something like that. But that's like, I don't know, you somehow get the money. I don't know. And they are doing stuff with the super boxes and stuff like that. And then they had the wish tokens to, you know, get money and stuff like that. But at the same time, I like, some people don't like those even. But it's like, if you need money, then get the money for that, you know. Also, Wildworks is now under whatever company, I forget how you say the name of it, but it's under a different thing now, so it's like, shouldn't you have more resources and stuff if they're helping you? Like the company that they're under, I think it's like in India or something like that. But um, you know, I thought there was gonna be more updates, better updates, and like, you know, after they went with that other company, like, I thought there was gonna be more and like bigger updates, and but instead we get three updates in a row where it's a recolor, and then another update right after that where it's just a fox that's the same as the Arctic Fox, which again, I do really like foxes, but I just, is it, if it's gonna be like the same thing over and over again, then what's the point, you know? It's kind of stupid to be like, oh, new animal, but it's just the same thing as before, you know? You're just trying to hide it more, you know? I mean, they, it did seem like they were trying to hide it more, but now they're like, oh, we can't hide it, we're gonna have to say something now, you know? I don't know, it's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know, like, why? Just, they kind of just updated and then they didn't say anything, and it's kind of just like, everyone was like, what the hell? Like, why does it seem like they're trying to hide that it's not a completely different animal? You know, they could have at least changed the animations for like the play and stuff and the dance, because I get the sleep and the sit are or the jump might be the same, but like the dance and the play could have at least been somewhat different, you know? So, I don't know, like the sleep, you know, whatever. A lot of foxes will curl up with their little tail and sleep, or the jump being whatever. There's not too much you can do with a jump or a sleep animation or a sit animation, so, whatever for those ones. But like a dance and a play animation, you could have at least tried to do something unique with those two animations, right? Like, I just, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, I guess that's gonna be it for this video, though. So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk about this, and yeah. So, anyways, I guess bye then.